Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and the bullpen is making it so I don't feel pain anymore. Today I'm recapping Game 12 of the regular season, Astros versus the Diamondbacks, and just when you thought yesterday was a low point, the Astros bullpen decided to say, no, 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 no. Let me introduce you to my friend. I'm going to start with pitching because that's what I do. Brandon Bielak made his MLB debut, and it is a real shame because he looked great. 5 innings, only 5 base runners allowed. He only struck out 1, which is a little bit low, especially since he's sort of been a strikeout king so far. He looks really good, though. 5 innings. Only 5 base runners allowed. No runs given up. Cy Snead came in, and then, yeah, that happened. Taylor came in. Taylor wasn't great. He gave up the hits that scored the runs. Granted, the runs were charged to Cy Snead, but it was still Taylor ultimately that gave up the 3 runs. Like, he allowed the hits that allowed them to score, which was a bummer. So that wasn't great. Andre Scrub came in, 4 up, 4 down. He looked really good. So that's a positive. And then Pressley started. Excuse me, he didn't start. He came in. And boy, oh boy. That was... The pain that I felt from Ryan Pressley, it might have been worse than yesterday, if I'm being completely honest with you. That was tough. That was heart-wrenching to watch, to be quite honest. Single, walk-off double. Why not? That was... What I think is funny, and a lot of people are going to, criticize the Astros for this, because everyone's going to be saying, the Astros are losing and they're not good. It's not that we're not good because of our offense. We have a top 5 offense in the AL. It's not that. We lead in runs scored. We have a great on-base percentage for a team. Great batting average for the team. We're doing really good offensively, but good Lord, the bullpen, man. The bullpen has just been horrendous. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time stringing words together because Pressley, man, he was so good last year. A top 10 reliever last year in baseball, and that's saying something because there were quite a few good relievers last year. He was so good, and then he has a 40.5 ERA on the season so far. 40.5. This is our elite reliever, man. Like, this is horrendous. This is... It's getting hard to watch. It's getting embarrassing. The bullpen is just coming out here, and I'm sorry, they're blowing games. I understand the starting pitching the past couple days, outside of today, hasn't been phenomenal. But, man, the bullpen is adding... It's adding so much stress. It's shedding years off my life by the inning. The bullpen has got to get tightened up. We need Urquidy back. We need Peacock back. We need to beg Joe Smith. Send him gift baskets. Send him anything. Send him a hazmat suit. We need Joe Smith, man. The bullpen. It's been painful to watch. Before I get into the offense, I want to make a little mention. Springer had 2 really nice grabs, but he also left the game, which... that kind of makes me nervous because he had an injury last year that sidelined him for quite a while. And I know he hasn't been great so far this year, but we can't afford Springer to go down, especially since he was starting to heat up. So that could be bad. Correa also had a nice double play. Correa, I'm a little irritated that he didn't try to turn a double play in the 3-run inning that was the combined inning of Snead and Taylor. I'm a little irritated that he didn't try to turn a double play then. I understand that he didn't want to make an errant throw and potentially have the run from third score, but I would have really liked to have seen that double play try to be turned, but that's a very minute criticism, and I'm only bringing it up because I thought of at the time. Offense, Altuve was rolling again tonight. I don't know if you can call it a breakout series, but he has hit 2 home runs. He's looked pretty good with the bat. I don't mean to pat myself in the back, but I did say I think Altuve could break out in the series. And I'm going to say 2 home runs, and he had 3 hits tonight. He looked really good tonight. Funny story, but I'll get to that in a second. Altuve scored the first run of the night on a Yuli single. That was good. Then Altuve hit a home run, and Altuve so far this year, he hasn't hit many. He's hit 3 home runs, but he has hit some monster home runs this year. Altuve, if he can start getting the batting average up, he could be a real threat this year. I mean, that sounds really dumb because Altuve is the best second baseman in the league. Don't try to debate me on that. I'm not having it. I mean, he's incredible, but he's looked really good so far. He's looked really good in this series. After the home run, he had a double that he scored on with a Bregman home run. And what was kind of funny is right when Altuve hit that double, I thought to myself, oh, he's only a triple shy of the cycle. If Bregman can draw or can bat him in and tie the game, he might get a triple home run. Like, as the thought was in my mind, I'm like, maybe if we can force extras, maybe he'll hit a triple home run. Which didn't even end up mattering because they walked it off in the 9th. I don't want to say it was a hard game because it wasn't bad until that. I mean, the Astros, I don't know what the problem is. Like, outside of the bullpen, I don't know what it is. Like, Pressley was so good last year. He was, I would say, probably a top 5 reliever in baseball last year. And he's only made, I think, 2 appearances this year, and he's looked terrible in both of them. Like, can you imagine if he had a year, like a game like this last year? We didn't see anything like this last year from Pressley. He was great last year. He was so good, and he's had back-to-back blow-up appearances where he just cannot get it done. I don't know if it's still the blisters bothering him. I find it funny that I just circled back to Pressley, but it was horrendous, and that creeping feeling just crept into me as soon as that first single happened, and I was like, we're gonna lose, aren't we? And some minor news with the rosters being cut down to players today. The Astros optioned Jack Mayfield and Brian Abreu. Single tear runs down my face. They optioned them to make room, so no Brian Abreu for a little bit and no Jack Mayfield for a little bit, which a little strange that they optioned Brian Abreu. I mean, I know he hasn't been great, but I might have optioned an Evaldo Rodriguez instead of Brian Abreu. Just a little strange, I thought. Tomorrow's game starts at Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock. Greinke will get the start. I'm mentioning this because I think it's funny. Originally, Mike Fiers was going to start in this upcoming series against Oakland, but then, for some reason, by happenstance, he will not be getting a start in that series, which is... that's got to just be the Oakland manager not wanting to start a fight, and especially with such a shortened season, because, I mean, the Astros beat up on Mike Fiers last year, and that is just a textbook way to start a massive brawl. Anyway, that's about all I have to say for the game. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely great day, and go Stros.